Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the girl who survived a brutal attack, being raped, then disemboweled. Alison Bota. After an ordinary night out with her friends, Alison Bota drove back to her apartment in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. But as soon as the 27-year-old parked her car, a man with a knife forced his way inside. By the end of the night, she had been raped, stabbed, and disemboweled, but she still survived. The attacker ordered Bota to move to a different seat, trapping her inside her own vehicle. He then drove her car to an accomplice, and it was immediately clear that the two men had sinister plans for her. She stated that they told her they are going to have sex with her. They asked her if she would fight them. Clearly trapped and terrified for her life, Bota said no. The two men raped her and determined to kill her. At first they tried to suffocate her, but even though she lost consciousness, Bota hung on to life. Frustrated, Dutoit and Kruger took their brutality to the next level. They stabbed Bota at least 30 times in the abdomen. Bota later recalled that Dutoit specifically wanted to mutilate her reproductive organs, but somehow the attackers missed those specific parts of her body. When Bota's legs twitched, Dutoit and Kruger decided the job wasn't quite done yet. They then slit her throat 16 times. She stated, "All I could see was an arm moving above my face. Left and right, left and right. His movements were making a sound. A wet sound. It was the sound of my flesh being slashed open. He was cutting my throat with the knife again and again." Bota's mind struggled to make sense of what was happening to her. It felt unreal, but it wasn't, she said. "I felt no pain, but it was not a dream. This was happening. The man was slashing my throat." As the men finally stepped back, Botas heard them admiring their work and speaking in Afrikaans. "Do you think she's dead?" one of the attackers asked. "No one can survive that," the other replied. Apparently satisfied they had killed her, Dutoit and Kruger drove away. But little did they know that Bota was still breathing. Lying alone atop sand and broken glass, Botas knew, "I had at least to leave a clue about who did this to me." She decided to write the names of her attackers in the dirt. Then beneath that she wrote, "I love you, Mom." When Alison Bota moved toward the headlights, she realized the full extent of her injuries. As she pulled herself up, her head started to fall backwards since she had nearly been decapitated. Meanwhile, she could also feel something slimy protruding from her abdomen, her intestines. She had to use one hand to keep her organs from spilling out, and the other hand literally holding onto her own head. Bota recalled, "As I struggled forward, my sight faded in and out, and I fell many times, but I managed to get up again until I finally reached the road. There she collapsed along the white line. Even in her disoriented state, she knew that this was the best position to attract the attention of a motorist." Fortunately, Bota didn't have to wait for long. A young veterinary student, Tian Elard, who was visiting Port Elizabeth on vacation from Johannesburg, saw Bota lying in the middle of the road and stopped. "God puts me on that road that night for a reason," Elard later said. He used his veterinary training to tuck Bota's exposed thyroid back inside her body. Then Elard called emergency services for help. Allison was rushed to the hospital where doctors were stunned by her wounds. One doctor, Alexander Angelov, later said that he had never seen such severe injuries in his life. Bota was on the brink of death, but she managed to pull through, and she also remembered everything about her attackers. She was soon able to identify her attackers to the police. This led to the speedy arrest of Ripper Rapists, as they were called in the press. Today, Alison Bota is revered worldwide for her motivational speeches. She later stated that her horrific experience had motivated her to openly share her story, openly to the public, and also to motivate the public as well. So that's it for today, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned also for more updates.